In today's video, we're going to talk about Standing Liberty silver quarters. Yes, they are 90%. I don't have many of these. I can't find them at my home safe, so they must be in my off-site location. So I did the best that I can. I took a photograph for you all. I will have flashcards. So if it helps, please take a snapshot of it. Take a screenshot. You can always come back to the video later if you happen to find one of these dates. The best places to find these older coins would be, of course, eBay for one. Coin shows is really a good place because coin shows, when you go to the coin show, sometimes they will give you a heck of a deal. I mean, it just depends on what they want to move, if they have too many of them, whatnot. You know, it's not really a stacking coin because some of these are quite costly if you get into the higher grades. But please, like, share, and subscribe. We're going for 1,000 subs. Let's try to get to the 1,000 subs before end of July. That would really help me out, folks. Please, please, please. Thank you. Let's get into it. Stacking Liberty quarters. Minted from 1916 to 1930. The first one we were talking about, the 1916. Only 52,000 were minted. They have a price range of $4,200 to $17,500. Next one, 1918 Denver. A little over 7.3 million were minted in that year. They have a price range of $25 to $400 there. Next one up, we'll be talking about the 19S 8/7. Now, what do I mean 8/7? The 8 is actually over the 7 in the 18. It's an error from the mint. These have a booking of $1,500 to $27,500. So again, that is the mint error from the 1918S 8/7. So if you see an 8/7 on the 1918 coin, that is worth some big money if it's in the right grade. Check them out. If you have some, check them all, because you might not know about that, and it's a money coin there. About the 1919D out of Denver, a little under 2 million were minted, as you can see there. They have a booking of $100 to $3,250. The next one up, 1919S, a little over 1.8 million were minted. They have a price range of $100 to $3,250 in the right grade. Moving on to the 1920D. A little over 3.5 million were minted in 1920 out of the Denver Mint. They have a price range of $125 to $1,100 in the right grade. Moving on to the 1921. Just a little under 2 million were minted in 1921. If you don't see a mint mark, that means it will come out of Philadelphia. They have a booking of $165 to $2,000. Moving on to the 1923S out of San Francisco. As you can see, a little over 1.3 million were minted out of San Francisco. They have a booking of $325 to $3,750. Moving right on to the 1924D out of Denver. A little over 3.1 were minted out of Denver in 1924. They have a booking of $55 to $375. Again, if you need to take snapshots, screenshots, come back to the video. That's why I'm making the flashcards. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible for everybody out there. I try my best. Let's just move on to the 1924 out of San Francisco. A little over 2.8 million were minted out of San Francisco in 1924. And they have a booking of $25 to $1,000. Moving right on to the 1926D. As you can see, a little over 1.7 million were minted in 1926 out of the Denver Mint. They have a price range of $9 to $275 plus. The reason why I put a plus, I've just been known a few that will bring a little bit more than the 275 That's why I put the plus there on that one. On to the 1927D out of Denver. 976,000 were minted. They have a booking of $18 to $500 plus. Again, the plus is for, there's been known cars that some have sold a little bit more than $500. I'm not quite sure how much over $500, but you know, still $500 for a quarter, that's pretty good if you have it in the right grade. 1927S, little 396,000 were minted, very low mint mark. They have a booking of $75 in the worst grade, all the way up to $9,500. Moving on to the 1928D. A little over 1.6 million were minted out of Denver in 1928. They have a booking of $9 to $275 on that one. 1929D out of Denver again. A little over 1.3 million were minted out of Denver in 1929. They have a booking of $9 to $275. Moving on to the 1929S out of San Francisco. A little over 1.7 were minted out of San Francisco in 1929. They have a booking of $9 to $275. We will wrap it up with the 1930S. A little over 1.5 million were minted. They have a booking of $9 to $275. Folks, these are rare. They're not, you know, I mean, they're old. And, you know, when they first came out, a lot of people did not like them because the woman showed her breasts in the coin. Remember, when these came out in the early 1900s. Women dressed from head to toe. Okay, that's how it was back then. They dressed from head to toe. So any pornography, anything like that, it was really frowned upon back in that time. So, I mean, we have to think back what the time was. And, you know, these were not a very long mintage years at all. 1916 to 1930. That was not a very long run for a U.S. coin. We have to keep this all in mind. And like I said, if you find these, they're not for stacking. I would not recommend the stacking because you don't want to give these up if you really have to use these out in the field. If we get to that point, we're going to trade silver and gold. This is really a collector's coin right now. Always will be now. It's not a stacking coin. I want to make that very, very clear. The best stacking quarters out there right now would be the Washington Silver quarters, minted from 1932 to 1964. 1932 to 1964. Stack those as much as you can. Those are the ones you want to be stacking. But if you happen to cross one of these in a row that you get from an online dealer, or you get it from your coin shop, or someone hides one in there from, you know, eBay, saying they're all Washington quarters. It's happened to me. I've got some little ones, but most of these have no dates. Keep that in mind. Most of these have no dates. So they're not, you're not even know what the value of them is until they have the date. If they have no date, they're really junk silver. Those are the ones you can bother with. Don't pay up for the no date ones. Until the next show, folks, I hope this helped you out. Like I said, take screenshots if you need to. Come back to the video if you need to. You got any questions, leave them in the comments or email me. My email is in the description of my main page. Until next video, CoinShop Chris is out.